could be lying right next to her warmth, just inches from yours, and still feel like you are sleeping beside a stranger. No argument happened, no big fight, nothing obvious went wrong. And yet there is this invisible wall between you two that you cannot explain and cannot seem to break through. If that feeling is familiar to you, what you are about to hear might be the most important thing you listen to this year. Welcome. I am so glad you are here because the fact that you search for this, that you care enough to understand what she is feeling, that already tells me something beautiful about you. Today, we are going to talk about something most relationship advice completely misses. It is called the intimacy gap, and it is the silent reason so many couples drift apart without ever knowing why. Pause. What you are about to learn changed everything for the men who truly understood it. I am going to walk you through it gently, honestly, and completely. Please stay until the end because the most important piece comes last, and it will stay with you. So let us begin where it always begins, not with a dramatic moment, but with a quiet one. Insight number 1, the silence that is actually a question. Picture this. You two are sitting together in the evening. Maybe the television is on. Maybe your phone is out. The room is comfortable, quiet, and she says, nothing. But something in the way she is sitting slightly turned away, eyes a little distant tells you she is not really here. Here is what most men do not realize in that moment. Her silence is not emptiness. It is a question she has stopped asking out loud. That question is, do you still see me? Women do not always need conversation to feel connected, but they need presence, real presence. The kind where you are not just physically in the room, but emotionally in the room with her. When she feels like you are beside her in body, but somewhere else entirely in spirit, a small piece of the emotional bridge between you quietly breaks. Presence is not about putting your phone down. It is about making her feel like the most interesting thing in the room, even on an ordinary Tuesday night. Takeaway. She does not need grand gestures nearly as much as she needs your genuine attention. Insight number 2, emotional safety is the foundation she builds everything on. There is a reason she used to tell you everything, every little thought, every fear, every ridiculous daydream, and now she edits herself. She shares the surface things but keeps the real things tucked away. This is one of the most heartbreaking signs of an intimacy gap, and it happens so gradually that most couples do not even notice until there is real distance between them. Women share themselves deeply only when they feel emotionally safe. And emotional safety is built through tiny moments over time. It is built when she tells you something vulnerable and you respond with curiosity instead of judgment. It is built when she is emotional and you do not rush her to the solution. It is built when she knows at a cellular level that you will not use her softness against her. When that safety is missing, she does not become cold. She becomes careful. And careful is a kind of loneliness no one talks about. Takeaway. She wants to give you all of her, but first, she needs to trust that you will hold what she gives you gently. Insight number 3, the need to be known, not just loved here, is something deeply beautiful and deeply misunderstood about women. Being loved is wonderful, but being known truly, specifically, intimately known is something else entirely. She wants you to remember that she hates the sound of chewing but loves thunderstorms. That she has a fear she has never told anyone else. That the way she laughs when she is really happy sounds different from her polite laugh. When you show her, you know her, not who you want her to be, not a general version of a woman, but her, specifically. With all her quirks and contradictions, that is when the intimacy gap begins to close. Because being known is the deepest form of being loved. Most men love their partner, but the ones who make their partners feel most alive are the ones who study them the way they would study something they are completely fascinated by. Takeaway. Love her generally, but know her specifically and watch everything change. Insight number 4, she is watching how you handle her hard moments. This one is crucial. When she is upset, overwhelmed, or emotional and you go quiet, or get defensive, or immediately try to fix it, she is not just having a hard moment. She is making a note, not consciously, not manipulatively, but emotionally. Women are wired to read emotional responses with extraordinary sensitivity. And how you show up when things are hard tells her everything about how safe it is to be fully herself around you. She does not need you to solve everything. She needs you to stay. To look at her and say with your eyes, with your voice, with your body language, I am not going anywhere. I am right here. That kind of emotional steadiness in a man is not weakness. It is the most magnetic thing in the world to a woman who has ever felt alone in her pain. Takeaway. Your calm in her storm is not passivity, it is one of the most powerful forms of love you can offer her. Insight number 5, physical touch. That is not about desire. She wants to be touched without it always leading somewhere. Let that sink in. There is a kind of physical affection, a hand on the small of her back, fingers brushing her hair from her face. A long hug that has no agenda, that communicates something words cannot. It says, I love your presence. I am not reaching for something. I simply want to be close to you. When physical touch becomes transactional, when the only time you reach for her is when you want something, the intimacy gap widens in ways she may not even be able to articulate. Her body starts to brace instead of soften. She begins to feel like a destination rather than a person. But when you touch her tenderly, with no expectation, just connection, she begins to feel safe in her own skin again. And a woman who feels safe in her own skin around you will give you a love that has no ceiling. Takeaway. Touch her like her presence alone is enough, because it is. Insight number 6, she needs to hear what she means to you. Women carry a lot of unspoken questions inside a relationship. Does he still find me beautiful? Does he notice the effort I put in? Does he appreciate what I bring to his life? These questions do not mean she is insecure. They mean she is human. And when those questions stay unanswered for too long, when appreciation is assumed but never expressed, she starts to feel invisible. You do not need poetry. You do not need perfection. You just need to say it. Tell her what she adds to your world. Tell her what you noticed about her today that made you smile. Tell her that life genuinely feels different, fuller, warmer, more meaningful with her in it. Those words do not just make her feel good. They rebuild the bridge. One honest sentence at a time. Takeaway. She does not need to be told she is everything. She just needs to feel like she is something to you every single day. Here's what I really want you to hear. She has not gone cold. She has not stopped loving you. She is simply a woman who needed something she did not know how to ask for and waited quietly, hoping you would find your way to her. The fact that you are watching this video means something. It means you are the kind of man who does not give up on love when it gets quiet. And that kind of man? Smile. That is exactly the kind of man she has been hoping you would become. The intimacy gap is not a sign that love is gone. It is a sign that love needs tending the way a fire needs oxygen, not just wood. Start with one small thing tonight. One moment of real presence. One honest word. One touch that asks for nothing in return. If this video opened something in you today, I would love to know. Leave a comment below. Tell me which insight hit closest to home. And if you believe every man deserves to understand the woman he loves this deeply, share this with someone who needs it. Subscribe for more. Because the best love stories are the ones we are brave enough to keep writing.